Hi, I'm Siobhan.
And I'm Brandon.
And we are Parkers on the Go. So, if you didn't know, Universal does have two different parks right now. When you go to City Walk, it is Universal Studios and Island of Adventure. You can actually start at either one. There's not a preference. It just depends on what your family likes. I think we prefer Islands of Adventure because it does have the superhero land there. You will find the Hulk there. You will find Spider-Man ride there. You will find Storm Force, Accelerator, which
if you've ever been to Disney and been on the teacups, this is twice. I don't even know the word for it, but it's twice as intense, maybe more than the teacups at Disney.
Absolutely, just because of the strobe light effect, it's even more intense. I think that makes it a little bit more crazy, I guess you would say. It's probably not his favorite ride.
No, absolutely.
But nevertheless, it's a ride. You'll also find Dr. Doom's Free Fall. Yes. I think that's the name of it there.
In fairness, we've yet to get on that ride because neither of us particularly enjoy free-falling rides. But I feel like one day we're gonna do a challenge where we do every ride in the park, or at least try to. So at some point in the future, whenever that is, we're going to actually do Dr. Doom's Free Fall, as we have yet to ride it in the last 5 times we've been there.
No, we have not. I don't look forward to that day. But the good thing about this portion of Islands of Adventure is, like I said, the comic book stores. You can actually get collectibles there, which my husband is a huge collectible fan.
That's for a separate video, but yes, I have quite a collection of items, but that's for another video.
Absolutely. So we do like to visit that area often. If not, it's the first part that we actually go to, just for those, especially Spider-Man Classic. I don't think I could ever get tired of that. Hulk has grown on him. As you can see, he has his Hulk shirt on. But yeah, for me and my daughter, absolutely Hulk is every time, at least 2 or 3 times during a visit. Superhero Island is just where we just love to be.
Also, I found that compared to other parts of the park, the ride times are a little bit less. So I do find like I think that's why we like also starting over there, because the ride times, especially on the early park, they're a lot less than the Universal Studios.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially Universal Studios, there is all the Harry Potter stuff. You will find Hagrid's there, which lately has been on a virtual queue. So unless you get there super early, and it's not, you have to take advantage of that early park admission. You could still be waiting in line for Hagrid's for about 2 hours. So we just try to avoid that and use a virtual line as much as possible.
I think the last time we went, it worked out really well where we rode it probably 4 or 5 times in 3 days, which without the virtual line, we would not have been able to do, because typically wait times for Hagrid's typically can be 120 minutes, maybe more.
Yeah.
And that's just not efficient for us when we go, because we do try to hit a lot of different things. So we may hit Hagrid's once or twice a trip, because we just can't wait that long for one ride. We can probably get 2 or 3 rides in that time. But here, the virtual line I found to be a lot more efficient and beneficial for us, because we can just select the time, and that's probably on some other video we'll show you how the virtual line works. But it's just, you basically select the time, and and you just go there at that time. And so we find that to be a lot more efficient.
Absolutely. It's easier to plan your day around it at that point. The other thing that we actually like about Islands of Adventure, outside of Hagrid's, is I think we are kind of growing into, dare I say this, Harry Potter fans. We like it. We do like the rides, but I think Escape from Gringotts, which is actually in Universal Studios, versus what's the name of the other
Forbidden
ride?
Journey.
Forbidden Journey. Yeah, I think Forbidden Journey is more of his favorite ride. So that's the other part. You do have your rides. We could do Kong again. Like, Kong is good, but it's definitely not a must do.
Animatronics are good, and some aspects of the ride are good. It's one of those rides where if you just need to kind of slow down and maybe get to some AC, and it has a great queue. Mm-hmm. So if you're interested in queues, it does have a great queue.
Yeah, that's one thing I will say about Universal. The queues are awesome, and I always we find something different, I think, every time that we may not have seen in the first time we went or the second time we went. So pay attention to the queues. If you like Easter eggs, there's plenty of them there. But yeah, definitely Kong is one of those rides. We have done some water rides there, but
not enough.
Not enough.
I don't think we done nearly enough. Last trip we went through the whole gamut of water rides, and I did not realize it was that much fun. So I think from here on out, we're gonna start to do water rides frequently when we go.
Yeah, absolutely. Just pick a day and do it. I mean, that's basically what we did. We just picked a day where we just decided this is the day we're gonna do it. We're gonna get wet, and then immediately go to the hotel afterwards.
And you will get wet, so plan accordingly with ponchos or a different change of shoes, something, because you will absolutely get wet on their water rides.
Yeah, and we'll at some point do a packing video just showing you guys what we actually take into the park with us, especially like you said, a change of shoes or ponchos, or just make sure you have a cup, refillable cups, those type of things that you would take.
This is the Hogwarts Express. Again, I don't really know too much about it. I've ridden it, thought it was dope, but I'll let her explain more about the Hogwarts Express.
Hogwarts Express is basically a different way from getting from one park to the next without having to exit the park and walk. You will have to have a park-to-park pass to take advantage of this. If you don't, you won't be able to use it. The perk of it is, once again, it's Florida, right? So you want to be able to sit down, get off your feet, and take advantage of the AC. But there are scenes that they made specifically for this ride with Harry Potter and Hermione and Ron and just different things, the Dementors and all that stuff. So it's a really cool ride. Definitely take advantage of it if you have that park-to-park pass. Like I said, you have to have it. It can just depend on what time of day. The wait times for it can get super long if you take advantage of the express passes. Just to shorten your line experience, definitely do so. We have the annual pass that actually has express passes after 4. So anything that we do with express passes is after 4 o'clock. Hogwarts Express, in order to access it, you have to have that park-to-park pass.
It's pretty cool. Like I said, it's a pretty cool experience. I'm not a super big roller coaster fan. I'm growing into it, but I'm not all the way there yet. But if you are terrified of roller coasters, this is probably not the one for you. But we went there in October, and they hadn't opened yet, so we were still seeing them tested and everything like that. So we went before it opened. I think it opened in June.
Mm-hmm.
So when we went in October and March, they did not. It was not open.
Yeah. So.
Let's go. Come on.
Can you zoom in up? Can you see it? I don't think you see it from here. One of the fun parts of Universal Islands of Adventure is Seuss Landing. Is very much the Dr. Seuss books come to life, where you have the different rides, like the Dr. Seuss Carousel and Cat in the Hat. We did both do Cat in the Hat and the Seussical Train, which was pretty awesome, and we'll insert some video clips from that here. But the best thing part about it is you can actually take your kids, they can enjoy it, and you can also enjoy some air-conditioned time while they have a good time. There are some rides there that do have height requirements, so just be aware that kids maybe 2 won't be able to ride everything. We did take our niece the last time we went, and she's only 2, and there were only 2 rides in the park that she could actually ride. So just keep that in mind when going to Universal Islands of Adventure, that some rides may be suitable for kids under the age of 3, but some may not. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Siobhan.
And this is Brandon.
And we are Parkers on the Go.